What's up? What's up? Much love. YouTube, Facebook. That's my way. Having lunch, and I had to do a video, man. I was wondering who was interested in the Sean Porter Berto match. It's a surprising match that they matching up because, to be completely honest, I see Berto as a come up for somebody else. Porter is a come up for somebody else. They're not stars in the making, you know. I think they had the potential, and they was both starting off like that to make that break. But every time they had a chance, they lost. So I think now they kind of like people with big names. They can make $500,000 of shows, and I was real surprised
Turn
to
left
see them,
onto Harrison Road.
real surprised to see both of them on the same fighting each other. I don't see the real purpose. Even one of them win, it won't say a whole bunch about it. We already know both of them. But I will say it's an interesting fight because it's unpredictable. Because, like I said, they both on the same level, pretty much. But, okay, I'll point out the negatives and positives for both of them. Sean Porter is more of a technician, thanks to his father. Shout out to all the fathers in this sport, man. Fathers make a difference when it comes to telling your kids what's good, and they listen to you and they respect you. But as far as Sean Porter in this fight, versus Berto. Berto is more, he's definitely not a technician. He's more a rock'em sock'em. But he's very tough. He's very fast, and he's strong. He got pop in his punch. I'm always for the technician. I say the boxer beat a puncher any day. But Porter is also an awkward technician who relies on his offense to make he relies on his aggressiveness to pay people back, to get back with you. He's a borderline rock'em sock'em also. But when I say technician, I mean his preparation, his corner, and
Continue on Harrison Road for a half mile.
The way that he his style is more technical than somebody who just take a punch and give a punch, take a punch and give a rock'em sock'em. Berto is definitely a rock'em sock'em, but Berto is so talented. If he had some authentic education in the boxing sport, he would be a phenomenon. I mean, his hand speed, his rhythm, his chin. He's a very talented guy, athletically, but he's so weak in the department of technicality that his athleticism don't work for him. You know, like you have some people who have great athleticism, like Roy Jones, but it works for them when they're at their best because they have enough basic. They've been trained enough, basically, in boxing to where that their athleticism can be used. But Berto is more like...
Turn left onto Harrison Road.
It's more like a brave heart, Rocky Marciano type of fighter, man. He just, he just comes and he always comes back and he's fast. Berto. So in this fight, it's going to be it could be two ways. Potter can try to get smart and just outbox him, which I don't see, because I see Potter coming forward too hard, trying to knock you out. He doesn't have the temperament to be an excellent boxer because he's not consistent with his boxing. He'll
turn left onto Harrison Road.
His emotion would just fight. With Berto, he's going to have some competition in the fighting department and trading punches if he want to rock him, sock him. So to make this fight easier for him, he would be smart to actually box. But he's so short, and he doesn't cover a lot of distance with his feet work in the ring. So I don't even think he can really outbox Berto with his footwork. I think this is just going to be a real sloppy, short fight. Somebody's going to get knocked out. I think it's going to be a crash course. And I never seen Potter really hurt. And Berto can hurt you, but he's not a killer. He's the type of person that'll hurt you to make you pump you up. He get the fan going. He's very entertaining, but he's not the person that'll crush you and destroy you. And I don't think he's going to do that to Potter. And Potter destroying him, that's not Potter's DNA either. He's not a destroyer. He's more of a rough, just come in rough. He come in and he just run over you and he just fight. But he's not. He don't have the punching power to be a destroyer. He's just going to come in and outpoint you, tire you out, wear you down. I really don't understand this fight, why they having it, but I like both of them. I met both of them in L.A. I guess they was preparing for this fight now. Berto was fighting some Spanish guy, and Potter was fighting, I forgot who he was fighting. But they was fighting in L.A. We was at Ontario, California. And, man, it was a great show. The promoter paid for all our food, man, gave us so much food, gave us tickets. And we just had unlimited food. I was in breakfast eating with Potter's father, and one time I caught up with his trainer, his nutritionist. He was Amir Khan's nutritionist also. Real cool dude. Shout out if you see my video. But anyway, LA was beautiful, man. I fell in love with LA. But anyway, Berto and Potter fought on that card. And I had the chance to read how much money everybody was making. I think they made something like $500,000, for them fights. And I guess that was working up to this fight. So this fight's supposed to be the big fight that they was working up to. I see. It's just amazing how they got the schedule so far ahead. This was about 2 years ago, almost. And it's amazing how they got the schedule set up for years to come. That shows you something about, the boxing judges and all that. But yeah, man, I don't really have much else to say about this fight.
Half mile.
Good fight, though. Can't wait. Boxing love.